This is going to be a relatively quick video about GTA 5's Director's Mode. Rather than my usual videos talking about what is in a video game, this is mostly going to be about what this particular feature is lacking. For what it's worth, I am really enjoying GTA 5 on PC half the time, the other half being loading screens. I beat the single player a couple years back on console, and I don't really want to replay it without decent incentive. While fun, it's not something I'd really wish to play twice. Online with friends is good enough for me, however. Plus that video editor from GTA 4 is back, and I love video editors in games and I really wish they were more common. And I was interested in Director Mode. Basically, Director Mode as a cheat mode is functional, I suppose. It's incredibly limited compared to what we had in Free through San Andreas. Pretty bloody exceptional by today's standards, however. Plus, I'm going to admit that it's probably intended purely as a cheat mode, with a name to make it suit the setting, despite what this interview implies. As a Director Mode, however, it's token. A step in the right direction, surely, but lacking in anything substantial, which is a shame. A feature like this could be brilliant if it were fleshed out. The thing is that most of the features I'm going to bring up aren't that out there. We can see the framework for them if we step back to GTA 4. Okay, it's cheating a bit, because this is not in GTA 4 out of the box, but the Director Mode of GTA 5 is basically shit-kicked by this. Simple Trainer. Now, Rockstar seems to hate mods for some silly reason. That said, what happened to the online in GTA 4 PC thanks to trainers like this did very little to help. But there is shit to be learned from any game's modding community, especially when it's upstaging the developer's effort several years before that effort was even underway. Another thing before we begin. As I said earlier, I have not replayed the single player, and I know that Director Mode unlocks come through that, but I doubt it's any more substantial than new models and playable animals. If I am wrong, do tell me. I'm pretty confident this is the case, however. Let's start by talking about what both of these tools do have. Both allow you to change your player model. However, Simple Trainer allows you to do this on the fly, whilst Director Mode kicks the shit out of it menu-wise. We're going to use my online bloke. This actually brings up a bigger issue. Unless I'm mistaken, there is not a character creator purely for the Director Mode, which seems like a pretty obvious thing to have. Both allow you to teleport to different areas on the world map. However, Simple Trainer streams it in whilst Director Mode loads it. The loading times are hardly bothersome, however. Both allow you to change the time of day and the weather. However, Simple Trainer allows you to lock these settings so you don't need to worry about the background getting buggered mid-shot. Both allow you to disable pedestrians and traffic. GTA 5 does allow you to change it between low, medium, and high settings, but the number of people you get is pretty much at the mercy of the game, and restarting over and over again is the only way to find suitable levels of bystanders for whatever you need. In this clip from a film I made for an example, I had to restart in this spot for 20 minutes to get just one person passing by. Both allow you to change your wanted level. Director Mode has 4 settings: disabled, low, medium, and high, whilst it can be raised and lowered on the fly in Simple Trainer through each star. Oh, did I mention Simple Trainer has hotkeys up the arse and I have barely memorized any of them? Director Mode gives you a small selection of weapons. I'm going to guess that this selection grows as you progress through the single player. It also allows you to make your attacks explosive and shit. Simple Trainer gives you access to everything. Now, it's a bit of an unfair comparison since Simple Trainer is explicitly for cheating, but giving you something called Director Mode and then limiting your options arbitrarily is bloody weird to me. Both allow you to make a character speak on command. Director Mode has a few canned phrases, while Simple Trainer has a whole clusterfuck of a menu for it, and it changes dependent on model. Both also give access to animations. Again, the selection in Director Mode is insanely restrictive compared to Simple Trainer. Both, I believe, give you access to your cars. Director Mode gives you access to your garage, while Simple Trainer gives you access to every vehicle in the game at any time, and a menu to fuck with them. It's at this point I'd tell you what Director Mode has that Simple Trainer doesn't, but I can't, because aside from having a far cleaner UI, I have told you everything that Director Mode actually has, save for playable animals, which while they may be fun, don't really do much for the tool as a Director Mode. That Running Man video pretty much pushed the limits of what it can do, which, while a bloody good video, does demonstrate how restrictive it actually is. Creativity within confines is brilliant, it's part of the reason I used to really enjoy machinima, but the restrictions this mode have feel really arbitrary if you have used Simple Trainer in the past, because unless the thing you're trying to create has only one actor to it, anything you want to pull off in this mode is down to random chance. That isn't directing anything. Did you know that a full-length film has been made in Grand Theft Auto 4? And I'm willing to bet that a lot of scenes were dependent on a trainer of some kind. You could not pull off a scene like this in director mode, whilst this is peanuts for Simple Trainer. Now, whilst Simple Trainer does have quite a lot going for it that the director mode doesn't, it comes down to three main factors. First is the ability to spawn NPCs. Simple Trainer allows you to pop friendly, neutral, and enemy NPCs into existence. It also allows you to set their weapons and health. Plus, you can make a bodyguard speak lines and animate the same way you can yourself. You can also position them manually, and in a separate menu you can set the AI to ignore you. This feature is far from perfect, and if you think you can get a decent scene out of this, you're going to be doing a million takes in what is a video game equivalent of herding cats. It's good for setting up big brawls, as the AI is still incredibly simple and not actually under player control. Imagine being able to spawn NPCs, set their pathing, keyframe moments for them to speak lines and do their animations, then play the scene out whilst you're in control as a player character. Imagine being able to control individual NPCs through this scene, and then play it out as another one, setting them up one by one. Now you're actually directing something. This alone would put it miles ahead of Simple Trainer. And yes, I'm stealing footage from someone playing Far Cry 4's map editor for this example. Here is some more stolen footage from a bloke in the Arma 2 editor setting up AI triggers. Footage for all this in the description. All this said, setting up AI pathing does not need to be nearly this complex. The GTA 5 video editor actually could be a decent base to work from as far as interface goes, for setting up a simple scene with a few puppets and giving them instructions. Second is the ability to spawn objects from within the game, and once again place them manually. Just having the option to create ramps, obstacles, cover for gunfights, shit to crash through for chase scenes, and blocking for nice interesting camera angles, it opens up way more possibilities. Third is the ability to use Simple Trainer online. There is a version of Simple Trainer included in the download aimed entirely at party mode, the private lobby function of Grand Theft Auto 4's online. I am not saying that people should be able to use director mode willy-nilly in public free roam. Far from it. Make it a multiplayer option but limit it to private sessions. Filmmaking's a collaborative process, and even with my early suggestion about choreographing NPCs, there is a level of control that you need multiple people to pull off. You can already create a friends-only or crew-only lobby within GTA Online, but unless I'm mistaken you can't go into director mode from there. The central problem with director mode is it operates as an extension of Grand Theft Auto 5's gameplay rather than a modification of it. It adds cheats, weather control and teleportation to the mix, but you're still just playing as one bloke with no ability to actually direct anything. Dogme 95 would look at this shit and think they're being restrictive. If it were a suite of directing tools, much like the bundled editor, I'm pretty sure it would have grabbed a whole new host of players. I bought the PC version of GTA 4 on the promise of an editor, and I very slightly hoped the director mode would be just as big a jump forward. At the end of the day, the only thing the director mode has over Simple Trainer is a far more slick and intuitive interface. If I could actually use that interface along with the editor's free-floating camera to set up scenes and choreograph actors, we would have something amazing on our hands. This video isn't to complain. Well, not entirely to complain. There was a wee bit of complaining on reflection. It's more to be needlessly optimistic and pretend that any of this could come to fruition. It's also fun to see a feature have circles run around it by an unofficial, if clunky predecessor. I doubt I'll make any more videos like this one, and with this one out of the way, it's probably going to be a review of Postal 2 Paradise Lost up next month.